The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
Well, the Wisconsin Badgers had a 2-goal lead at Ohio State last Friday, let it get away. They ended up winning in a shootout. The next night, the Badgers built a pair of 2-goal leads, then fell behind, rallied to tie on Cameron Hughes' third-period goal, only for the Buckeyes to pull out the victory. Wisconsin returns to the Kohl Center this weekend for its final home series of the year. Penn State's in town. I'm Brian Posick, the voice of Badger hockey, and head coach Mike Eaves joins us next on the Badger Hockey Digest.
The Badger Hockey Digest is brought to you by Charter Communications.
Well, Mike, both winnable games at Ohio State. You had leads in both of them, too. You battled back in both of them as well. Unfortunately, they didn't pan out. You did get a shootout win on Friday, but that was a tough place to play against a very good team. You matched them stride for stride.
We did some unbelievably terrific things, and as a matter of fact, today when we're having our video session, we're going to do the Oreo video session, which is there's a layer of good, there's a layer not so good, and then there's a layer of good again, because most of the stuff we did was excellent. We scored a lot of goals. We still have to shore up some areas, but we walk away from there. Again, Brian, we're close. We're knocking on the door. We're still forging ahead, and that was the message to the boys when we left Columbus on Saturday night. We've got 4 games, 12 periods before the Big Ten tournament, and we're going to continue to push forward here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different young men put the puck away. Luke Cunnin is one of them. He's got 15 goals this season, second most among freshmen in the Big Ten, sixth most among all league skaters. He's certainly shown, I mean, he was highly touted when he came in, and he's backing that up, isn't he?
Well, he is, and it's interesting, as we talk here right now this morning on the ice below us here at the Kohl Center, Luke was on the ice with Coach Luke, and they were working on that and some other things as well. So, I mean, this is not a surprise. He puts in the work, he's got a natural gift, and he's honing it.
Yeah, and you think about all the young players you have on the team. I mean, you had 15 freshmen or sophomores in the lineup each of the last 2 games, and you've done that pretty much all year. Yeah. And you can see different players that, boy, he's really going to be good. How much better they've gotten already since October.
Well, it's interesting. I thought that Cameron Hughes this past weekend really rose to another level offensively. After his last game at home here, I thought that Will Johnson played again a terrific game and had points, and you can see him going. So we see our kids continue to improve, continue to push, and it's, you know, I feel for them in the fact that they're not getting the return on their efforts right now, and it's just because we're young and we're making some mistakes in some areas.
Yeah, you mentioned Cameron Hughes. He's a young man that didn't seek his shot a lot, but I think he has 19 shots on goal in the last 4 games. He's seeking it now, isn't he?
Well, I don't know if, for the folks that are out there, if they saw the tying goal on Saturday night. It was an NHL-type shot. He used the defenseman as a screen, and I'll be quite honest, I didn't know he could rip the puck that hard. He must be like playing with Luke. He's watching Luke Cunnin shoot like that. So, you know, these are real fun things. These are indicators that we continue to go in the right direction, Brian.
And you have a sophomore defenseman in Jake Linhart who has 8 goals and 16 points. He's among the top scoring defensemen in the Big Ten and college hockey for that matter. Putting up points is one thing, and you knew he had that gift, but he's better defensively too, isn't he?
Oh, he's really come a long way, and the guy you should really talk to is Coach Luke, but he has done a really nice job with and without the puck. What he's done when he's playing defense is keep it simple. He's understanding, he's reading the play that are out in front of him, and when he has a puck, he's keeping it really simple. And then in the offensive zone, he showed great patience on the goal he scored on Saturday. He did a little toe pull and waited till the defender went by and then beat the goalie 5-0. So, you know, this is as good as young Mr. Linhart has played, and we sure hope that continues for us.
Yeah, Jake has been paired most of the season with senior Eddie Whitko. Kevin Scholl's a senior as well, so is goaltender Adam Miller. They'll play their final games here at the Kohl Center this weekend. More about the senior class coming up in just a moment.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
This is Andrew Zielsdorf. He plays hockey. This is leukemia. It's bad business. This is Andrew's oncology team. They love Andrew. They don't like leukemia. And thanks to them, Andrew is now cancer-free. Booyah. They are the world-renowned physicians, scientists, and nurses at the American Family Children's Hospital, pioneers in pediatric cancer care. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's honestly been the best experience. I've absolutely loved it here. It's everything on the ice, it's everything off the ice. My parents, my dad played college hockey. We've seen a lot of different colleges with the recruiting process, both me and Megan, with Megan playing at BC. And we always come back, and after game weekends, we always talk about how there's really no other experience when you combine the social aspect, the academic aspect, the athletic aspect. It's second to none here.
It's going to be a tough one to put into words. It's really meant everything. I mean, hockey has really shaped my life, and since coming here, I've learned how to be a man on and off the ice, and I've become not only a better hockey player, but a better person as well. And in the long run, that might be the most important thing that you take out of this experience and this time here. Yeah, it's gone fast, but it really has shaped me into a man. And that's due to my coaching staff, all the people I've met here, my teammates, and I can't thank them all enough for everything they've taught me, and just the friends I've made here. It's unbelievable.
I wouldn't trade it for anything else. First 2 years, obviously, it was a great experience. I wish it would have been like that for 4 years, obviously, but the last 2 years have taught me a lot about just life and having to persevere and keep pushing on.
Well, Mike, you only have 3 seniors on your roster this season. 2 are co-captains, Eddie Whitko and Kevin Scholes. Kevin's played 143 games. He's one of the best skaters that I've ever seen. He's very good at blocking shots as well. He's been a good leader for you, hasn't he?
Well, he has. He's kind of a quiet young guy. He leads by example, but he has become better, I think, at approaching his teammates and holding them accountable, as you would hope one matures, that they would become more comfortable with that. But you're right. His ability to glide on the edges of his skate, he would rank in the top 3 of skaters here for sure, in what we've seen. And I know that young Kevin wants to go on and play some pro hockey, and I think he's got a chance because his skating is such a high level. It'll be fun to see where he goes.
Yep. Kevin is an econ major. So is Eddie Whitko, who's played 118 games, a Florida Panthers draft choice, and with his size and speed, he'll be playing for some professional hockey, won't he?
Yes, he'll certainly play at some level, and his dream is to play at the highest level, which is the National Hockey League. He's with the Florida Panthers, and I know they are very excited to see what he could do at the next level. What you said, Brian, is so true. At his size, at 6'4" and 220 pounds, his ability to get from point A to point B, and he's got a long stick, and he likes to play on the physical side. That'll be how he'll need to play at that level. And so I know they're excited to have a big guy like that come into their organization, and they want to see what he can do for sure. Maybe at the end of the year he'll get to the American Hockey League and see what he can do, but they're excited to have him in their organization.
And the other senior is goaltender Adam Miller, who hasn't played a lot here. He's battled injuries all the way through his junior days, even beforehand, but got a chance. Mike Eaves reached out to him several years ago. Adam started the season opener this year, and he's given everything he possibly could to this program, hasn't he?
Well, he really has. It's kind of a thankless job. He takes a lot of shots in practice. At the end of practice, many times the starting goaltender will get off, and Adam will stay and go down and do extra work with the guys. And it's not fun when you get pucks up around here, your upper shoulders and your head, and it's amazing that the starting goalie doesn't get as many of those as the backup goalie. So he's endured a lot, and he's been a great mentor to our young guys. He's a very mature young man. I think that because he'd like to go into medicine, become a doctor one day, and because of that workload, he's very dedicated to what he has to get done, very focused. And I know that rubs off on our younger guys, seeing what he does.
Yeah, very happy for the Miller family. Jordan, Amy, obviously Adam, and Megan Miller, unfortunately out with an injury, but part of the Wisconsin women's hockey team that'll be playing for a conference playoff championship this weekend. We heard Adam talking a moment ago about the entire aspect of the University of Wisconsin. What a great place it is to be a student athlete, to be a student, to be an athlete, socially, whatever the case may be, the community. You played here. Yeah. You learned it back in the 70s. You learned it again when you came back to coach here. This is a great place.
Well, it's interesting because it'll even mean more to him when he gets older. Sure. And for him to appreciate that now, how much more he'll appreciate it when he's older.
And you think about everything the seniors have gone through too, winning a couple of playoff championships. It hasn't gone their way recently, but as you mentioned, a great point on Monday during your press conference. That's life.
It is. They've seen both spectrums, and you know, when they get off into the real world and they get a real job and they get married and have kids, you know they're going to see that spectrum as we've seen in our marriages and our lives.
Sure. Wisconsin's home to play Penn State to wrap up the home schedule this season. Both games Friday and Saturday start at 7 o'clock. Penn State's a team knocking on the door for an NCAA tournament bid, 1 win shy of 20. They're a balanced club. They've got pretty good goaltending, too. Defensively, not too bad. This is going to be a tough series for you.
Well, it is. And we've played them tough. I mean,
Yes.
it's one of those teams like any other in the Big Ten that we were in a position and could have, should have won. And again, for us, it's our ability to keep growing here as we go down the stretch. And you know, we keep talking about playing our best hockey in March. That has not changed. Penn State will be another great test for us in terms of where we stand and how we're moving ahead. So we look forward to the challenge.
All right, Mike, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thanks, Brian.
Sure, that's Badgers head coach Mike Eaves. Again, Wisconsin and Penn State. Friday's game is on the American Sports Network. Both games are on the Badgers Sports Network. Again, pregame coverage will start at 6:30. For Mike Eaves, I'm Brian Posick, asking you to come out to the Kohl Center, enjoy Badger hockey one last time this season. Thanks for watching the Badger Hockey Digest.